Bandar Seri Begawan, often affectionately referred to simply as Bandar, is one of Southeast Asia's most unique and fascinating capitals. Nestled on the banks of the Brunei River, this small but striking city is the beating heart of Brunei Darussalam, a country often overlooked by travelers but brimming with wealth, heritage, and a surprising mix of modernity and tradition. With a population of less than 300,000 people, Bandar Seri Begawan may seem modest in size compared to regional powerhouses like Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, or Bangkok, but it carries an outsized presence when it comes to cultural richness, architectural marvels, and the sense of serene order that defines daily life. To truly understand the city, one must peel back its layers. From its glittering mosques and floating villages to its thriving oil-fueled economy, safe streets, real estate opportunities, and the lived experiences of its residents. The first impression most visitors get of Bandar Seri Begawan is one of striking contrasts. On one side, the city glimmers with the grandeur of Islamic architecture, especially the Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddien Mosque, a masterpiece of marble, gold, and Venetian glass that dominates the skyline. On the other, traditional stilt houses in Kampong Ayer rise from the waters of the Brunei River, forming what is often called the Venice of the East. This floating village, inhabited for centuries, provides a glimpse into the continuity of local life, despite the rapid modernization and wealth brought by Brunei's oil industry. Walking through the wooden walkways of Kampong Ayer, you'll find schools, mosques, shops, and homes, all built on stilts above the water, reminding you that Bandar Seri Begawan is a place where tradition and progress coexist harmoniously. Bandar's hidden gems are not immediately obvious to the casual visitor, but once you spend time exploring, they begin to reveal themselves. The Royal Regalia Museum, for instance, might not be as internationally famous as the Louvre or the British Museum, but it houses an astonishing collection of artifacts, gifts, and ceremonial objects associated with Brunei's monarchy. Gold-plated chariots, lavish garments, and intricately designed regalia speak volumes about the nation's wealth and the significance of the Sultan in national life. Another hidden treasure lies in the lesser-visited Tasek Lama Recreational Park, just a short walk from the city center. Here you can find hiking trails, waterfalls, and lookout points that provide panoramic views of the city and beyond. For locals, it is both a place of exercise and a reminder that even in the capital, Brunei's lush rainforests are never far away. Safety is another defining characteristic of Bandar Seri Begawan. Brunei consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the world, and the capital is a reflection of this. Crime is extremely low, violent incidents are rare, and the city feels remarkably peaceful compared to many other capitals. Families walk freely at night, and there is little of the hustle and bustle that defines larger, busier cities. This sense of safety is deeply rooted in the country's social fabric, where religion, respect, and communal harmony play a central role. For expatriates, tourists, and locals alike, the peace of mind that comes with living in or visiting Bandar cannot be overstated. Economically, Bandar Seri Begawan is the powerhouse of Brunei, fueled primarily by the country's vast reserves of oil and natural gas. Since the discovery of hydrocarbons in the early 20th century, Brunei's economy has been heavily dependent on energy exports, which account for the majority of government revenue and GDP. This wealth has allowed Brunei to maintain one of the highest per capita incomes in Asia, fund generous social programs, and provide its citizens with subsidized housing, healthcare, and education. However, like many resource-rich nations, the government has recognized the need to diversify. Efforts have been made to expand into sectors like tourism, halal food production, and Islamic finance. Bandar, as the economic heart, is central to this transformation, and in recent years there has been a growing emphasis on sustainable development and green urban planning. Real estate in Bandar Seri Begawan presents an interesting study in contrast. Unlike many capitals in Southeast Asia, property prices here have remained relatively stable, largely due to strict regulations and the fact that much land is owned by the government or the royal family. Housing is also heavily subsidized for citizens, which keeps private real estate transactions somewhat limited. For expatriates, the market is small but attractive in its affordability compared to neighboring Singapore or Kuala Lumpur. A modest apartment in the city center may cost between $800 to $1,500 USD per month to rent, depending on the level of luxury and location. Detached houses or villas on the outskirts, often in gated communities, can range from $2,000 to $4,000 USD monthly for larger properties with gardens. For those seeking to purchase, freehold ownership is generally restricted to citizens, though long-term leases and corporate ownership structures provide alternatives for foreign investors. While real estate opportunities are narrower than in more liberal markets, the stability and safety of the environment make Bandar an appealing choice for certain niche investors and expats. Beyond housing, the overall cost of living in Bandar Seri Begawan reflects its oil wealth and subsidized economy. Fuel prices are low, basic utilities are affordable, and healthcare and education are largely covered by the state. Imported goods, however, can be expensive, particularly luxury items and products not produced locally. Dining out is an interesting mix. While international restaurants and upscale dining exist, especially in hotels and newer developments, much of the city's culinary life revolves around hawker-style eateries, local cafes, and night markets. For a few dollars, you can enjoy a plate of nasi katok, one of Brunei's most beloved dishes, consisting of rice, fried chicken, and sambal chili paste. This blend of affordability and accessibility makes daily life in Bandar comfortable, if not particularly fast-paced or cosmopolitan compared to larger regional hubs. Cultural richness also permeates the city, though in a quieter and more understated way than in some neighboring countries. Islam is the official religion of Brunei, and this shapes much of the cultural and social landscape of Bandar Seri Begawan. The mosques, particularly the Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddien Mosque and the Jame' Asr Hassan al-Bolkiah Mosque, are both places of worship and symbols of national pride. Non-Muslim communities, including Christians and Buddhists, also have their places of worship and are part of the city's diverse social fabric. For visitors, respecting local customs is important, particularly modest dress and sensitivity to the fact that alcohol is prohibited in the country. Despite this, nightlife exists in other forms, such as late-night dining, cultural performances, and family gatherings, reflecting the Bruneian emphasis on community and family life. One cannot discuss Bandar Seri Begawan without mentioning its connection to nature. Brunei is one of the most heavily forested countries in the world, and even in the capital, greenery is never far away. From river cruises that take you into mangrove forests inhabited by proboscis monkeys. Today, trips into Ulu Temburong National Park, Bandar serves as a gateway to some of Southeast Asia's most pristine wilderness. This proximity to nature adds to the city's appeal, especially for those seeking a balance between urban convenience and environmental tranquility. Education and infrastructure also form important pillars of life in Bandar. The government has invested heavily in creating a well-educated workforce, and while the country still relies on expatriates for certain technical expertise, Bruneians are increasingly taking up key roles in business, government, and academia. The city itself is well organized with a functional, if modest, public transportation system, though most residents rely on private cars. Roads are well maintained, and the absence of major congestion reflects the city's small size and low population density. For international connectivity, Brunei International Airport, located just minutes from the city center, links Bandar to key regional destinations, including Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Hong Kong. The future of Bandar Seri Begawan is one of cautious optimism. While the heavy reliance on oil and gas presents challenges, there is an increasing focus on transforming the capital into a more diversified, sustainable, and globally connected city. Tourism is being promoted, not through mass market appeal, but through cultural, ecological, and luxury niches. With its safe streets, stable politics, and strong cultural identity, Bandar is well placed to carve out a unique position for itself in the global landscape. Ultimately, what makes Bandar Seri Begawan unforgettable is not just its architecture or its wealth, but the sense of calm that permeates the city. Whether you are standing in awe before the golden domes of its mosques, exploring the waterways of Kampong Ayer, savoring a plate of nasi katok, or simply strolling through a park surrounded by lush greenery, you cannot help but feel that Bandar offers something rare in today's world: a city that has embraced modernity while holding firmly to its traditions and values. For those seeking hidden gems, safe living, and a glimpse into one of Asia's most unique capitals, Bandar Seri Begawan is a city that rewards curiosity, patience, and respect.